Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. It is a beautiful day here in June, and today we're taking a look at a big three-row family SUV, and this is a 2019 Volkswagen Atlas. This is Volkswagen's biggest car they've ever built. It was brand new for 2018. This is a 2019. Now, my buddies that bought this car, I don't want to say it was like a leftover from a year before, but they got a super good deal on this car. Now, the Atlas is in a growing segment that has so many good options. I mean, I drove a Hyundai Palisade that was a very solid, family three-row SUV, but there's also the Kia Telluride. There's the Mazda CX-9, there's the Subaru Ascent, there's the Honda Pilot. So there's so many options for big three-row family SUVs, and I think this is one of the better ones. Now, I was going to do a comparison between this car and a Honda Pilot, but if I'm honest, I'm not really that big of a fan of the Honda Pilot. I think this car would sort of blow that out of the water. So we're going to go over everything, the quirks and features, if you will, and we're going to get this thing out on the road. So let's take a look at the Volkswagen Atlas. Now, this car has a 3.6 liter V6 engine, 8-speed automatic transmission. You've got 276 horsepower, 266 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60 time, it doesn't matter. This is obviously their family car, but this car is huge. It is large and in charge. I feel like it's on the bigger end of the three-row SUVs. Now, that Palisade that I drove, that was a big car too. I mean, cars like the Mazda CX-9 are definitely not as big as this, don't have as much room in the back. But this car is finished in black with the black wheels. I love this spec. I don't get sick of the black wheels. It just looks so good. So yeah, this is Volkswagen's offering in a very competitive segment. So first off, let's take a look at the styling. All right, so just to talk about the styling of the Atlas. Now, if I'm honest, I think the Kia Telluride might be the best looking SUV in this class. By the way, there's a guy cutting grass over there, so don't worry about that. And also the Mazda CX-9. I drove one of those cars and I really loved it, but this car, it just looks muscular and it is tall, okay? Like, I'm 6 feet tall and it's essentially as tall as I am. This is a big car. I mean, I don't even know if this would fit in my garage. But yeah, here's the blacked out wheels. It looks so good. When they got this car, they basically were just deciding between the R-line trim, which this one does not have, which is okay. I mean, you really just get different wheels and a couple little badges here and there, a huge badge right there in the grill. And the only other thing that they compromise with is this doesn't have a sunroof, but that's okay. So yeah, I love sort of like the character line that comes right over here over both wheel arches. It just looks good. I mean, so many, like the Honda Pilot, the problem that I have with that car is it is so boring looking. I mean, this car is not boring looking. This is kind of like a bargain like Bentley Bentayga for probably 1/8 of the price, But yeah, Volkswagens are more on the subtle end of styling, which is okay. My friends who have this car, the guy is a big fan of German cars, so that's almost maybe why they went in this direction. But yeah, it looks good. You've got the LED headlights, but whenever I see these on the road, it just kind of looks like two little smiles going down the road. But yeah, it's an attractive looking car. It's not boring looking, I don't think. The roof racks look good in silver. The wheels are huge and look great. They're 20 inches. But yeah, just moving around to the back. Now, Volkswagen and Audi both, they sort of do, like, for lack of a better term, almost like polygon shapes in their taillights, which I think look pretty good. I mean, the Honda Pilot has like those candy cane looking things, which I'm not the biggest fan of. You've got the industry standard silver bar across the back. Atlas is a pretty cool name, I think, too, for a car. Like Stinger is a good name, Telluride's a good name. Yeah, we've got 4Motion all-wheel drive, because here in Pennsylvania we have the winters that get a little dicey. But yeah, also it's an Audi product, so you've got the fake exhaust, which is okay. I definitely come to terms with this. But yeah, overall, I think it's on the higher end of appearance in this segment. The Telluride, I think, might be the best. By the way, I think one of my other neighbors is getting a Telluride because they have baby number 2 on the way, so I hope to get my hands on that maybe when the time comes. So As far as the styling goes, I like it. I think it's on the top end of appearance in the class, so I don't know. Looks good to me. What do you think about the looks of this car? I like it. So let's take a look at the engine real quick. All right, this is a very large engine bay with what looks like a small-ish engine. Even though this is like a 3.6 liter motor, there's a lot of space in there. I wonder if they would ever consider doing a bigger V8 or something. Probably not. But yeah, 276 horsepower, 266 foot-pounds of torque, which I think is adequate for, you know, a family 3-row SUV. So that is, yeah, that's the engine. All right, now let's take a look at the inside and all the space that this car has to offer. Check out the inside of the Atlas. Now this car is like triple black, black on black on black, with the wheels and the black interior too. Now I said to my buddy on the way over here, this car, it really looks like his former Volkswagen Golf R, you know, in a large SUV form. And I'm going to start this up because I am sweating. So yeah, this is the interior of the Atlas. It is very, I'm not going to say it's boring, because it's not boring. It's just very subtle, and it has everything you would need. This looks like every Volkswagen that's ever been made in the last 10 years, which is not a bad thing. The quality is nice. I really do like the steering wheel with like the little gloss black touches. And yeah, typical Volkswagen, 2 dials right here. Now this car has all the standard features you would want in a family SUV, the blind spot monitoring, the rear cross traffic alert. But yeah, this, I'm not going to say it's a boring interior, but it has everything you would ever need. Now this is a nice little touch here, a little cubby right here. You could put your phone or your wallet. I like that. Sort of got a brown wood trim here that goes on the doors and the dash, and I really like the steering wheel. You got nice little gloss black touches. We've got a couple different driving modes right here. You've got road and snow, I guess, and mountain and ice. You can change that. I think when you put it into the sport mode, it really like hangs onto the gear, and you can change the gears right here by the stick right there. But yeah, nice quality. It doesn't look cheap at all. But yeah, what else is there to say? This is a large and in charge SUV that has everything you would want. I mean, any more family SUVs or any car that you want is more about personal preference, because everything that you would possibly buy could come with everything that you would possibly need. I mean, it all is personal preference. Like when I saw that Subaru Ascent come out, I thought, that is boring. I mean, it looks like they were not even trying. And almost the same with the Honda Pilot. I think this Volkswagen, the Mazda CX-9 has some really good styling cues and different, you know, colors on the inside. Plus the Telluride and the Palisade are great options. And I think this is right up there with them. Now, I'm not going to get into specifics, but the Kia Telluride, it is really hard to even find one to drive, let alone to buy, because I told my friends, you got to look at the Kia Telluride before you buy a car. The Palisade I think is more available, but they're selling like crazy because everybody wants 3-row SUVs. But the Volkswagen, you know, he's had Volkswagens before, so that's almost what he prefers. You know, you go to a dealer and it's there. It's something to be said for the Kia. You can't find them anywhere. I guess you have to get on a wait list to find them, so that is something that you would not have to deal with in this car. So I can't find anything wrong with this car. I think it looks good. You've got the power and performance, plus the space that we're going to go check out. So looks like a winner to me. Now I know some of the Atlases you can get a full color screen that has sort of like a pared down version of like the virtual cockpit, but this one does not have it, which is fine. Beautiful, simple, legible gauges, nice screen in the front there. Cruise control, radar cruise control, that is a nice feature to have. That's one thing I wish both of my cars had. But yeah, everything looks nice in here, nothing cheap quality. I like it. Alright, let's take a look at the back seat. Now, we're going to go into the back seat of the Atlas. I put all the windows down because I just don't want the car running, because I'm weird about that. So yeah, you can get an optional captain's chair in the back here, but they said that was not available as an option, not a deal breaker. I mean, just look at all the space back there. We're going to go back there and check it out. But this is, yeah, more space than you would ever need for a family. They've obviously got 2 kids, and they fit back here very nicely. Now, I think you can get into the 3rd row without moving the child seat, and I'm just learning on the fly here. I think if you press this, yeah, look at that. Okay, that is amazing. You can keep Jack's seat right there to get into the 3rd row. Okay, so I moved the 2nd row seat, and I'm gonna go into the back row here. Now this is the third row, and obviously this is made for kids, but I think I fit back here okay. I'm 6 feet tall, so obviously you're not going to want to have adults back here all the time, but that was super easy to get back here. You can just put the seat back, which I'm not going to do it because I don't want to pinch my knees, but yeah, you've got vents back here, cup holders. I mean, what more do you want? With the seats down, which I'm going to put them down when we look at the trunk, I'd imagine that there's unbelievable amounts of room. I think when I read there's 38 cubic feet in the third row alone with the seats down, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that is so far up above there. So as far as a third row, I mean, let's say if you have 3 kids, you're definitely going to need a 3-row SUV, and I think this is more than big enough for your kids. So all right, let's take a look at the trunk. All right, so I put the second row seat back, and that was honestly pretty heavy to do, just with this latch right here. So let's take a look at the trunk. Now this is the key of the Atlas. Obviously power trunk. Now this is the room with the third row up, and that is still pretty big. So I'm gonna put the seats down just to see how much space there is. Just like that, easy peasy, no power seats, but that's okay. I mean, look at that. Holy crap. I mean, that is just massive. I feel like you could put like 6 golf club bags back here. I mean, that is absolutely huge. So if you're in the market for a family SUV, this is, wow, huge. I mean, that's all you need. I mean, this is a big car, but that trunk more than fits the bill. Absolutely. So that is the trunk. It's huge, definitely more than enough. Let's hit the button right there. Just like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again, the spec of this car is just so good, and I will never get sick of black wheels. All right, so to wrap up the Volkswagen Atlas, 2019 Atlas, this is everything you could possibly want in a 3-row family SUV. The standard features are there, the space is there. I think this is a reasonably good looking option from Volkswagen. I'm sure this is the best selling car that they offer. Maybe the Tiguan is more. That's their 2-row SUV. But yeah, I got nothing bad to say. I like this a lot. I think this is more of the subtle option as opposed to like the Palisade, which is more bold styling, but I think this is just as good looking. The Palisade has some interesting touches, I'll say. That was a great car. This is a great car as well. I hope to get some time behind the Kia Telluride just to round it all up. But yeah, this is the Volkswagen Atlas. I really like it. You've got the great warranty. You've got great service for Volkswagen, so I don't see a downside for this car. So let me know what you think. We're going to take this car out on the road and see what it's like as a driver. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on GemmyD on Cars. You can see what I drive on Instagram before it gets posted to YouTube. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.